The problem is that it will magnetize all the watches next to it in the service, so they just have to service them again.
I just think there's something we're missing here in this story of magnets. This
For those who are curious about the tech, as I understand it, the balance, rather than just sitting within circular jewels like normal, there's magnets on either side of it that basically suspend it along its pivots in the same way that some of those desk toys do, where they have the magnets there and kind of sits there.
A £300,000 desk toy for your wrist.
It gets better. So the balance is suspended there, but then the pallet and the escape wheel have tiny magnets embedded in them, so they never actually touch. But you know, when you push a magnet close to another one, if it's the reverse pole, it'll kind of push away, so they don't touch, but you can move one with the other.
So like we were saying, it's magnets and it's magic. Right, anyway, let's get back to the reality of the normal nonsense we speak about in this show and give our formal clipage to this. It's been a year and Pantone have moved on from Mocha, was it Mocha Mousse?
Mocha Mousse.
Being, we now have this. This is the colour palette for this year. It is called Cloud Dancer and it's basically white.
What on earth is that? That's like... aged white. Wait, can we get like a proper color swatch of this? They're showing me a couch. It's this photo is more blue than it is whatever this cloud thing is. This is the
Instagram page, which is fascinating for a number of reasons for Pantone. So there we go. This is the color of the year Cloud Dancer. Yeah.
Do I have to point out that dancing on clouds is only possible in songs?
Only possible in songs.
How high were they when they came up with this? No, that's not called it. Right.
Not high enough to realize you can't actually dance on clouds.
Or that white is not a color. White is a shade along with black. Black is also not a color.
White's
That's why they
technically
call it white.
Is not a
all
color
the colors, but can we have this next to pure white to see how
like
this
how
is
there's a
different?
video, like a color so bold it requires animation.
But the chat is amazing on the Instagram page from Thumbtack. Painters on our app just collectively whispered, "That's primer."
It's primer. Cars are being painted primer colors as well. It's just that's what happens.
It's the color of that your crisp white T-shirt turns after you've worn it about a half dozen times. It's just slightly off-white.
You mean vintage white?
Vintage white.
Yeah, vintage white.
With a Y.
No longer white.
Vintage.
Maggie Stevenson says there are 27 days left to fix this. Let's go. It turns out that in the world of people who care about colour, there's just as much sarcasm as the world of people who care about watches. There's some great comments here that normally you'd expect to find on watch blogs, but there we go. Far too long comment. The color
We'll
of the
talk
year
about
being,
watch, folks. We promise.
Yeah, the color of the year being colorless is a recession indicator. Something about Sydney Sweeney, which is obviously some sort of cultural thing.
Actual coat of paint on. Leave it primered, and you are in color of the year.
It saves you half the money because you just use one coat. Toilet paper was the inspiration. So there we go. Did we see any last year watches taking on the manta of Mocha Mousse? Were we aware of brown being a thing last year?
It was just Longue. Only Bulgari
had
it was one.
Bulgari had some brown. They did their bronze ones. There was a lot of.
There was a few. There was
a few brown. There wasn't an overwhelming amount, but
so it was really that Longue. That was the one.
Saying this is the Mocha Mousse.
No, the Odysseus one.
The brown
yes.
honey, like basically the Odysseus version of this.
Let's see if I can find that. The Odysseus version was no, there was a Richard Lang. The Odysseus, the honey gold. Here we go. So this was the watch industry's engagement with Pantone last year. Is this just by saying that the colour of the year is white, is this just Pantone's way of becoming relevant by saying, look, by the end of this year, how many people adopted white as their colour? Look at them all following the trend we set by saying white. Well, wait a minute, we're going to make it white anyway. So yeah, this A-Lion Zona Odysseus.
Are you invested in Pantone? I mean,
no, can you? Can you invest in Pantone? I don't know.
Who
the
owns
margins
Pantone.
are unreal.
Yeah.
Remember they gave us two colors that one year is the color of the year. Could they also give us a second color for this year so it's not just white?
Well, I think the only thing to do here is for us to be involved in the choice. So, what is your prediction for color of the year? Most shows are going to do most.
Why don't we just
boring...
tell people? Let's just tell people. We'll be like, this is the color we want, and we'll see if any brand makes it. Let's stop guessing. Right. Let's say we'll have to figure out what color we want, which is going to be impossible between the four of us.
Yeah.
Try to describe it, and then there's like, is anyone going to make?
This watch,
whatever that color is, into a watch.
I mean, most shows, most low quality podcasts will be doing reviews of the year. We don't believe in such a thing. We're going to predict the future. So
we're going to make the future.
We're going to make the future. The future is already here. So, what is your prediction? What do you want to be the color of the year next year in watches? Ariel, let's agree what it's going to be, and we'll just make sure that that's what it is. 50 episodes from now. We'll just
I don't know what shade it is yet, but whatever aggressive purple is.
Aggressive purple?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Not too far off from like maybe the colors here. You can't see it in Riverside that has our names in like a purple. Maybe it's only purple for me. I have no idea.
No, it's purple. It'll be on the live stream.
It's kind of like a little, little scary, a little angry. Definitely purple.
Angry. We'll call it Riverside Purple. There we go. It's
like Rick's room at this moment.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening with the white balance on this camera.
It's not the white balance. You're having the time of your life. You're adjusting all your LEDs and everything.
I don't have a pink, but the wall behind me, that wall
Red
is
Light
not
District
pink.
Sunday afternoon vibe in Amsterdam.
But see, the wall I'm pointing to right now is exactly the same color as this wall. These two walls,
no way.
Dancing on clouds?
They are the same color. I don't know what's going on, but I promise you, the room is freshly painted and it's all one color.
You're colorblind and we're not. We figured it out.
It's all one color, but there we go. I'm not sure why.
This is why you like Panerai. It's all one.
Yeah. It's all the one thing. Everything just looks the same.
Monochromatic. You don't need to see colors to like this watch.
Hey, maybe the Pantone color of this year of white was made for me. Beige. So a slightly aggressive Riverside Purple is our prediction. So anyone that can make a watch that has some Riverside Purple content, we will give. We will do a free. We'll present their watch here on the show.
The finishing matters, though. The finishing, like the right shine, really important. Too matte, it could be really boring.
Okay.
Can't be too matte. Don't make that purple too matte.
Okay, so just a suitably aggressive purple.
Yes.
Okay, so should we talk about some watches? Does it seem appropriate?
I'd like to.
Let's give it a try.
You'd like to? Let's give it a try. Let's exercise the watch content of the show. Let's have a look and see what's on the website. We have something from Nevada Grenchen. I think whenever there's a Hublot article, it needs to be discussed. So let's have a look at this. So Hublot.
Should I have a watch brand called Reno, Nevada? I think that would be like the sister brand of it. Nevada Grenchen, Reno, Nevada.
Is Nevada Grenchen. Hublot Big Bang Unico Winter Edition 2025 watches hands-on. So this is a hands-on. Is this a truly cool vibe as predicted by Messrs Hublot? What did you make of it, Ariel?
So I think one of the earliest observations I realized is that, in the winter, all these Europeans were so happy to be in Dubai because of the weather. Mm-hmm. And then I realized most of the places people are buying this watch is going to be like in Europe, where they're like sick of seeing these colors all the time. So I thought to myself, well, yeah, it's great that you're showing it in Dubai, but that was like an accident. So they need to be releasing their winter watches during the summer and their summer watches during the winter. I think it would sell a lot better that way. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe David will shake his head and be like, you have no idea what you're talking about. But this is the two watches this year, which Hublot wants to remind you of winter colors. Remember, they have stores in a bunch of ski resort towns.
Yep.
There's like 5 or 6 or more of them around the world, mainly in Europe, Switzerland, France, that have these ski resorts, and you can buy a Hublot there. So they're thinking that you're going to go in, feel good in your skis and be like, oh, that reminds me of all the snow outside. That's kind of the idea. They do well. And again, it's because they literally call them seasonal because that tourism is seasonal. So there's 2 versions of it. Both of them limited, a less expensive one, both of them the 42 millimeter wide Big Bang case with the Unico movement. One of them has a sapphire crystal case. That one's pretty limited. I think it's like 30 pieces. And then there's another one in a titanium case with a matte white ceramic bezel, which actually is a nice combination. I don't know if it's every day, but it's actually about as like disarming an Hublot color palette as you could think of. Yeah.
I mean, it is, to be fair, it is actually Cloud Dancer white. That's the
Oh my God, it is.
problem with this. It
Oh
is
my
actually
God.
Everything
the
leads back to
Hublot.
Hublot, the Hublot convergence.
How
the
did they
Hublot
know?
Big Bang convergence theory, I believe. That's the...
the
All
Hublot
Hublots
is,
turn into clouds.
yeah, the Hublot is actually Cloud Dancer white.
The
So
art
yeah,
of
well done, Hublot.
cloudification.
Yeah. Hublot did it. They were the first out of the gate with this. I quite like the rotor. The rotor's pretty cool. Little snowflake rotor for all the snowflakes out there.
Yeah, very exciting little graphic there. I mean, it's a cool little optical illusion trick. It's fun. I like that they do stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, you tell me, is this a watch you want to wear in the summer or the winter?
I'd wear this all the time, to be fair. It's
Yeah,
not, I like white. What I mean, actually, having said this, maybe Pantone have got a point. I think white watches are actually underappreciated. Like
By who doesn't appreciate white watches?
No, but as in like seldom worn. Because there's
I
not
wear
a lot
white as
of
much as
them.
I can.
Okay, everybody except you then.
Not that I'm wearing one now.
Underappreciates watches.
David, remember we were all about the white
IWC?
sport watches, and then everyone
Yeah.
else got into it, and they shut up because it was no longer fun.
That's
You set
that's
the
what
trend,
happened.
then you ruined the trend.
That's always what happens.
I mean, the IWC, what was that? It was named after some
Lake
desert
Tahoe.
somewhere. The Lake Tahoe. Yeah, they were nice if they're still around. So
But
maybe
even remember
Pantone have got
their
a point.
aqua timer from long in the past. They had that white dialed one that was really nice. They have a long history of white dialed sport watches. I mean, we could do a whole show on nice white dialed sport watches before they were popular.
Let's not do that.
No, come on. I would like that.
We should pick a theme. Well, maybe we should do it. Maybe we should change. Oh, well, there you go then. So this is the 200th episode. Well done for making it this far.
The dissertation on the white sports watch.
Now, yes,
800 of my favorite examples.
So now that we've made it to 200, let's just rip up the entire format of the show and do something entirely different from episode 201.
Oh, thank God, finally.
Each episode is going to be a theme. Next week's theme, white sports watches. Yeah.
The ultimate cure for ADHD.
We just listen to them.
We just turned it like, oh, and let's check out this one. Oh, and let's check out this one. And what about this one? People might love that or hate that. I have no idea.
Well, I'd hate doing it, so that's not what.
Yeah, it'd be boring for us. The audience would like it, though.
Audience would probably like some structure and harmony and content, but that's not what they're getting. So Hublot, Ripley, thoughts on this? It's a largely inoffensive Hublot, fundamentally. Quite expensive, though.
I mean, it could be because the smart TV gave me a heart attack. I'm alone at home and it starts playing music. And so I obviously think there's an intruder and, go to grab a pointy thing. Yeah, no, the TV did reset, update, turn on, music.
Is that one of those?
What is that for the watch?
But now with the adrenaline, I love both of these. I think I would be inclined to like them both anyway. It is interesting that they've done two, but given that one Sapphire and probably considerably more expensive, it kind of makes sense. But I think both are successful interpretations of like white watch with a little bit of light blue without feeling too familiar. One's largely transparent, one's mostly gray. I like these.
Okay, so
how much more money do you think the Big Bang Sapphire is today versus when they first came out with it, I don't know, a decade ago or something like that?
There's a good question. Probably less. The only thing that has gone down in price has been Hublot ceramic watches.
I'm guessing it's probably about $20,000 to $30,000.
Kid you not, it's probably less.
So this one's $80,000, the Sapphire. Are you suggesting that the Sapphire watches, when they first launched, were in the 60
reviewed one that was
region?
called like the Sapphire Magic or something like that a few years back. It might have been in the slightly larger 44 millimeter case, but it's fundamentally similar watch. You can see what the price of that one was.
Let's have a look. So what was it called?
In 2017, the Sapphire Magic was
again,
57.90. So yeah.
Oh,
it went up.
Not so
That's
crazy.
a shame.
Here's our
Why did I
Sapphire.
think it went down? I thought these were like six-figure price.
You wanted them to.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's 400. Well, okay, so on the aBlogtoWatch website, there are I put in Sapphire as a search. It's finding 477 pages worth of references to the word sapphire.
Well, we
Obviously,
mentioned that
sapphire
a
crystal.
lot. There's like almost every article.
Yeah,
But
most modern watch crystals are made from it, so I'm sure. Yeah,
but we haven't had a random number generator review for a while, so. So Ariel, pick a digit, just one digit between 1 and 9.
6.
No, okay, between 1 and 4 then, because would have a 600 page. Okay, the setup was ill conceived.
2.
2. Okay, David, I'm not actually sure I can do it now. Oh no, I can do this. Yeah, this will work. So,
yes.
David, give us another number. No, that's not
47.
247. Right?
No, just 47. If you click 3 and you replace the number in the URL to 47, then you are there.
That's what I was going to do, but it doesn't actually. Oh, there we go. 3, 4, 7, 4, 7. Oh no. No. It's ruined. It's all ruined. Hold on a second.
What?
No, it's not. It's trying to do other things than insert 4 and 7.
How much Bitcoin did you just buy, Rick?
All the Bitcoin, right? Okay, so here we are on page 347 of anything to do with Sapphire, right? What have we got here from 2016? Ooh, let's see.
There it is, the Sapphire, you see? In the best from. That's the Sapphire watch.
Best from the Hublot.
Yep.
Anything else in here we want to have a look? What is this? Artie Cumberbund. I'm not sure what that is. Graham.
Cumberbund.
Breitling.
What happened with Christophe Claret? Is he still ticking along, or?
Christophe Claret. Where even is Christophe Claret
All
in
kinds
this?
of funny
there we go.
business.
Yeah. Okay, so there is one of the original aBlogtoWatch and Friends. We had Friends in those days. We don't have them anymore. Hublot MPO5 LaFerrari Sapphire watch hands-on. Who had a hands-on with this back in the day?
Just click on source and you will find it.
Source, aBlogtoWatch was the source, and it was Mr. Adams. Do you remember this watch from 2016? You know, you're muted, so maybe you don't.
You don't forget the LaFerrari.
You don't forget the LaFerrari. You never forget your first LaFerrari.
This is back when I was also trying to be classy by wearing long sleeves.
I was going to say, when was the last time you wore a button-down shirt like
you
this?
know, for a while I thought if I dressed the part, they'd pay more. Little did I know, it had nothing to do with the clothing.
Yeah, that's quite a chunker of a watch, to be fair.
How dare you? With that power reserve?
Yeah, you have to wind it with the gun. You have to wind it with the little torque gun thingy. These are fantastic.
I had a little Dremel that went with it to wind it up.
Yeah, it did. I got to play with it. It was like there's no picture of it on the internet. At least at the time, there was none. Like I saw it, but like you could only imagine what it is.
All right, okay. So there was no pictures of what you used to wind it up.
It was like a little drill.
I think I took a photo. It's in a Hublot manufacturer visit article.
Okay.
I would have definitely photographed the winder gun thing.
Yeah. Did you ever see one of these in the wild?
Define wild.
On somebody else's wrist who wasn't reviewing it?
That's excellent.
I have seen it worn by actual Hublot clients at Hublot events. So it was at a Hublot event, but it wasn't on like one of their staff members.
Right. Okay. So that counts as being in the wild, I think. I think that counts. Good. Right. Well, there we go. There's a bit of a blast from the past from Hublot. Right. Let's have a look at something else. Why is the website doing something for it? Oh, there we go. Let's get back to the main website. I think we should then look at a watch we discussed last week and see if anyone has managed to explain it properly, which is the Breguet Experimental 1, or What Would Breguet Do? Mr. David, talk us through why magnets is magic.
Oh, geez. Well, actually, I linked to another article on the 10 hertz pivot magnetic, which is an over 10-year-old. I think it's from 2012 or something, invention of and patent of Breguet, where they're using magnets to speed things up in the escapement to allow for 10 hertz. Not, well, virtually friction-free. Of course, there's no such thing, but they're getting close. So yeah, it's a really cool invention, and now here you can see all the magnetic fields in play, and now they have implemented this in a tourbillon, which in turn is inside a watch where you cannot read the time. So this is how we come full circle. And this is their best picture, and even on their best picture, you cannot see the hands, which is hilarious because the regulator layout was invented and designed specifically to be clear and easy to read. And then you look at this, and it's Luke Mano hands kind of vibe. It's a joke. Unfortunately, but still, the technology is cool, and it's one of those watches that looks very impressive and imposing at first sight, but then you look at it more and then you realize all you see is plates basically and cutouts like on a Tag Heuer chronograph. So it looks really impressive, but you're not looking at a Chopin Grand Strike or something like that. You know, it's very difficult to see anything moving, even though it looks imposing. So I really don't see the point of making it so illegible in the end.
Now, I've read various articles describing how this works, but I'm curious, because it's using magnets on the escapement, obviously it means it's not very resistant to other magnetic forces.
Sure, it is.
I would assume. So is there not
the magnets are only interacting with other magnets.
Yes. So if I put this watch in a really strong magnetic field, does it not completely ruin it?
Right, I think it might only affect the magnets.
Yes. But
are they claiming this is an anti-magnetic watch? I don't think they are.
I'm assuming it can't claim that it's an anti-magnetic watch. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to put magnets in it.
There is no need to assume. They have given us the information.
Have they? What is the information?
No, the information.
In my previous article, I remember writing about this, and what happens is that this magnetic pivot creates a magnetic field that is 13,000 Gauss, and so the watch itself has to be up there in the 15,000s or more, like an Omega or something.
Right, okay.
So of course you're. But I see your point, Rick, in that if you add more magnetic fields to this, then that might confuse it. So that's interesting.
I mean, I'm not suggesting you wear it in an MRI scanner for various reasons, but if you took it close to one, and also solid state magnets do lose. Okay, it takes a while. I'll grant you, it takes a while, but solid state magnets do lose their magnetism.
How long does that take?
About 1,000 years. But
4 billion years.
To be fair, they probably lose between 1% and 2% every 10 years.
Wow. That's considerable.
That's a reasonable amount in the grand scheme of things. And I don't know
I'm
to
sorry,
what
sir,
extent.
but you have to change the fluid in your magnets.
Yeah,
your magnet fluids and your blinker fluids as well.
So I'm curious as to just how accurate this actually is in real life.
It's called an experiment, sir.
All right, okay. So just because you put the name experiment is on it means you get away with stuff, right? I get it now. So
most of their watches say proto anyways.
Yeah. Now, most people have been reporting this as a Breguet, well done for actually being Breguet again and trying to come up with something original rather than just doing what you normally do. Is that your attitude to this watch? Are you pleased that this exists? Or is this, they've obviously been planning this for a very long time. This isn't something they just went out yesterday and decided upon. Is this it? Is this their final hurrah? Or is this what we can expect from Breguet going forward? Any inside information? Or are we just seeing Breguet as being, this is the experimental one? Is there a 2, 3, or a 4 to come?
So
maybe
the reason I think everyone's being so, we'll call it supportive and encouraging, is because we're afraid that if it's anything but that, Breguet will go crawl back in the hole. So we're trying to be like, no, it's okay. No, you can come out. It's okay. No, that's great. That's great. So yes, it's not perfect. And the press release was a disaster of the English language. But the video's cool. And the watch is something fresh, something new. We're all accustomed to skeletonized watches we can't read at this point, so that's not particularly surprising. It's not good, but it's not surprising. But it's like, hey, some new shapes, some new things to talk about, some horrendously bad French translations, and that's considered good. We want more of that from Breguet. Like, we want to see number 2. So I think we're encouraging, because I think if it's bad, Breguet will just go back to doing, well, nothing.
Okay, and you have to applaud them for doing something genuinely innovative on a mechanical level. This isn't just another tourbillon or add a 15th axis or whatever we're on these days. This is something that, if it proves viable, could be industrialized, could be scaled and tweaked. This could be a really big evolution, or not. But the fact that could even be a question is something that's a positive sign from any brand, let alone Breguet, who has been a little bit dormant for quite some time.
But it's taken them 250 years to experiment once. How many more years till it does a second experiment?
And that's why we're being supportive. We want more of it.
Less than a year.
Less than a year. So we think we'll have an experiment 2 by the time Watches and Wonders comes around? Or Breguet Watches and Wonders?
No.
No, so...
I don't know, but my suspicion is that Breguet has been having so much pressure to do more that they're not just going to like dip their toes in the water. They're going to be like, okay, we got to be like everyone else now, and just like constant release stuff. And
I guess we have to make watches now, duh.
And this watch group, if anything, knows how to be industrious. So if the world wants a ramp up in Breguet production, they can get it. Okay,
so is what you're saying that the next one's going to be made of plastic and be a Swatch collab?
I'm just saying that if Breguet wants to, there's nothing holding them back from like just going crazy and releasing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the Breguet, I've always been a fan of like the Type 20. There's some Type 20s.
But not the new one, right?
Not the new one, but some Type 20s. There's some Type 20s from 4 or 5 years ago, or 5, 10.
Before we need an intervention, Rick.
5 or 10 years ago that were actually quite nice. Okay, so 320,000 Swiss francs. That seems almost reasonable. Like, it doesn't seem... Is it?
So a friend of mine showed me yesterday this post from Andrew Morgan, who suggested that Breguet replaces this coinage or whatever you want to call it, or fluted case profile to a smooth one. And I thought that was a stupid idea. And then he went through this album of pictures or whatever of his proposed designs, and there was the tradition or the tradition with the same smooth case profile, and I lost it. I thought I was going to cry. It was just so bad, just to create this super generic thing after the blunder that was this disaster of the Type 20, where they made the most generic, even more generic than a Longines Big Eye. I think Breguet should be full of character, full of its own DNA, not less of it. So turn it up to 11. All the freaking washes, not just this one. But
wait, so people said otherwise? They thought it was too much?
Yeah. They just wanted the boring smooth case profile. Look at that. It looks like a Blue Monet or something.
No, I think it's important for them to look like Breguets. They're not doing anything crazy with the case shape like, Richard Mille or something like that, or Moser. But so it needs to have the DNA of Breguet, which is a lot older than like Richard Mille. So they can go full skeleton, they can go crazy tech, but it needs to still look like a Breguet. Otherwise, they're just making, random watches.
So bad.
Yeah. Okay, look.
Is this bad? Isn't it bad? It's bad.
It is odd. It does look odd looking in the... that looks like a Chinese knockoff watch. That looks like something... Yeah, that doesn't look right. I disagree with Mr. Morgan. I think this discussion case is not... The other thing
I would accept is if they didn't do the fluting, but instead did that crazy engraving they do, like hand engraving they do on certain movements, where it's like it depicts some village or whatever they're looking at that day. I'd take that on the side of the case.
Okay, cool. Right, well, there's the Breguet. I'm not sure we actually explained any of the technology behind it, other than it uses magnets, which are clearly magic.
Yeah,
so
of course.
There we go. There's nothing. That's all you need to know. How long in years is it going to take, when you send this watch in for a service, to get it back from Breguet?
All the years.
Are you likely to have this watch, once it goes in for a service, away longer than you've actually owned it?
No, I think it's going to be just normal 8-month service time.
Yeah. Not a day more. The problem is that it will magnetize all the watches next to it in the service, so they just have to service them again.
I just think there's something we're missing here in this story of magnets. This
For those who are curious about the tech, as I understand it, the balance, rather than just sitting within circular jewels like normal, there's magnets on either side of it that basically suspend it along its pivots in the same way that some of those desk toys do, where they have the magnets there and kind of sits there.
A £300,000 desk toy for your
it gets better. It gets better. So the balance is suspended there, but then the pallet and the escape wheel have tiny magnets embedded in them, so they never actually touch. But when you push a magnet close to another one, if it's the reverse pole, it'll kind of push away. So they don't touch, but you can move one with the other instead of having that sliding friction of the pallet against the tooth of the escape wheel, which is ultimately what requires the lubrication. These components along the points of interaction feature magnets, and so they don't actually touch. And so with a balance wheel suspended with magnets on either side, with jewels kind of holding it steady, and then the having the magnets in the pallet and escape wheel, you kind of have this frictionless escapement. Now, the rest of the watch still doesn't, you still need lubricants for all of that. But the escapement's the biggest one where lubricants could affect it. So this is kind of important because of that side of things.
So like we were saying, it's magnets and it's magic. Boris in the chat asks, is this really going to save Breguet? Is this really the strategy to save Breguet?
How many of these are they making?
Probably not many, and they're $300,000 each.
So, right. So it very well could save Breguet.
No, right, okay. So if they sell 3, that's probably their turnover for a year achieved. So yeah, okay. Fair enough. Right. Let's have a look at, I'm sure this is going to have exercised Ariel somewhat from a previous rant about watches with very small apertures in them to actually read them. The Czapek time jumper hands-on, a guilloche. Okay, a guilloche, I don't know what that says. A guilloche. What?
That means aperture. It just means window watch.
Oh, how do you pronounce it?
Don't ask me.
Guichette. A guilloche guichet. Okay.
I didn't write this title. I know this is my article, but I did not type. That was changed afterwards. So.
Boo for the title. For the brand's 10th anniversary. Okay, let's first of all deal with the big problem with this is what a brand celebrating a 10th anniversary. Is that a thing that needs celebrated? Does anybody particularly remember their 10th
They will take
birthday?
any anniversary they can get. Haven't you learned that?
10 is hardly a stretch when we're celebrating like the 93rd supposed birthday of a gentleman who passed away years ago. This is hardly a stretch by watch standards.
Okay. So what was your overall impression of this watch? I kind of like what they were trying to do, but I'm not sure it's terribly well executed. I like the idea of being able to see the watch in a minimalist way, and then you open the Hunter case and you can see all the bobbins. I'm just not sure that they got what you can see when the case is closed quite right. Does it look better in real life, Ariel? Because it looks completely illegible in the photographs.
So when I first saw this watch, like you, I saw photographs, not of the actual watch, the marketing piece. And I was like, this watch is going to be a complete disaster. And I wrote about this, there's so much going against it, right? There's nothing here which is easy. Making this watch legible is an uphill battle. Just all these things going against it. Yet, I'm not saying it works well, but it works. And it's a cool object. It feels nice. It's kind of smooth. It's neat to open up the half Hunter lid. Once you open it up, it's actually a really cool view of the movement. The jumping hour system is neat. It's on 24-hour basis, so it's a little bit different. Reading the minutes isn't awful, especially this way. So it's not a complete disaster. So it's not a great watch, but it's fun for what it is. It's a great conversation piece. I don't hate it.
Mm-hmm. The watch itself looks like it's been coloured in by pencil, when you
Marker,
open it. Marker pen. It looks like you're just watching.
That's the
It's
artisanal
weird.
texture. I like that.
So it is a funny texture then, because it does look like it's been shaded in a kind of colour by numbers. You've got to keep within the lines with your pencil. Gentlemen, David, Ripley, thoughts, feelings, emotions?
I kind of like it with the lid open. I wish you could. I get what they were doing. I wish there was a way to wear it in a more practical fashion than the thing sticking out at 90 degrees from your wrist with the lid open, so you could kind of have it both ways in some more elegant fashion of attaching it and reattaching it. The hunter style case is cool, and it's nice that you can like open it up and look at all the mechanics. But for me, if I had this watch, I would probably want to wear. I actually find it relatively easy to read the time with all of it open. The times the hours highlighted, or what is that? Why does it say 15 hours? Oh,
That's
God.
at 3 o'clock. It's what we use in Europe. It's called the time.
You guys just can't do it the normal way on this? Okay.
No, this is the way time was always measured. There were 24 hours in the day, so we chose to use all 24 of them. And this is hour 15, also known as 3 o'clock.
Okay, well, this would make it even more difficult for me.
Okay.
But I in terms of visibility, with it open, it seems nice. I can kind of read it better with it open than closed. Just there's more light. But 15, that I'm never
15 o'clock.
Yeah,
I did like when we introduced this about it being the 10th anniversary. I thought Czapek's whole thing was that it was like going way back to Patek, why they celebrate their 10th. But I see on the back of the case, they've actually hedged their bets. It's the 10 years revival of Czapek, but we're claiming a full 180 years worth of actual watch presence. So it's 180th anniversary of Czapek, but the 10-year of the brand, because, how dare it be suggested that we're actually a Unico in any way. I'm also not quite entirely sure why they felt the need to write the word recycle on the rotor. I mean, presumably because it's recycled metal, but
I talked about that too. I complained.
Is it necessary?
Nope.
What's the rotor made from, like platinum or something? Yeah, most of it's recycled. You don't just like mine new it stuff when you need it. It obviously, okay.
Yeah, they don't understand how metals work, which is they don't dissolve once they just get buried back in the ground, and eventually somebody digs them up and reuses them. No, it's not all metals kind of recycled.
No, they evaporate into the winds and then they get absorbed by plants.
Because they wanted all the heart emojis on social media.
Ah, right, okay, it was a heart emoji watch, right?
That's why.
So how much is this particular beast? 42 mil and 42. Oh no, hold on a second. The time jumper in white gold, 42. Yellow gold. Hold on, I'm confused. In steel and 18K white gold.
So the lid is white gold, the rest is steel.
Oh, right, okay. Or you can have the whole thing in yellow gold.
Yeah.
And it's $22,000 more all in gold. So we're saying that the case in solid gold is a $22,000 worth of gold.
And the buckle.
Right. Let's just figure this out a minute, because that's clearly nonsense. What's the price of gold today? Let's just get price of gold.
That's not how it works.
Price of gold.
That is hardly how it works.
Well,
if you look at the Yachtmaster 40 on a rubber strap with a tiny little hollow gold case, and it's 40 something or 50,000, then you can get one in steel with a platinum bezel for like 12 or 15 or whatever. Of course, that's it never worked that way.
So look at the price delta between the Oyster Flex Daytonas in gold and a solid gold Daytona with a gold bezel and bracelet.
Barely anything.
Makes no sense whatsoever in terms of the materials.
Okay, so gold is currently $3,000 an ounce, so 101 pounds a gram. How does it say it? Do we have anywhere where we see how heavy this watch is?
No, and they would never weigh it without the movement anyway, so...
Yeah, have a guess. How much does a watch weigh?
If you have to melt it down, don't buy it.
Just the fact that it's in white. It's just the fact that the thing is in white gold. And I can understand the lid is quite substantial, but to say that the case, you're going to pay $24,000 more.
Are you suggesting that they're making margin on this watch?
I'm suggesting that the margin. I'm suggesting why we should buy the gold.
It's a luxury product margin?
It's weird. A luxury. I know. Imagine that allowing us to make money. Okay, fair enough. Right. Okay. I'll take the hint. They're not allowed to make any money. Okay. So, right. Let's see. What else do we have this week? We have this from Vacheron Constantin. Not one for the Panerai wearing masses. This new, rather petite Vacheron Constantin Traditionnelle Perpetual calendar, ultra thin. Get a gender neutral spirit. Ripley, did you put in the title of this? Get a gender.
I did. I mean, so when this model debuted, I think like 2022 or something like this, it was really, really feminine, like mother of pearl dial, diamond lugs, diamond case, diamond bezel. You'll see what the diamond version of these looks like, but it was turned up to the nines, pastel colors with the mother of pearl dial to boot. And it was marketed to be like a woman's high complication piece, serious horology, proper thin QP, but in a very feminine package. I'm sure Vacheron had plenty of clients say, hey, that's quite lovely. I'd like that format as well for a perpetual calendar, but maybe not with a mother of pearl dial or diamonds. So now they have these. You get a steel one and a gold one, and I believe you also get another gold one, both gold, white gold and yellow gold, and then you get a second white gold one that has a diamond set case and bezel and crown, but it has a regular silver white. Yeah. Well, the margins here make no sense because if you look at what they're charging for the these relative to the diamond set mother of pearl ones, it's really nothing at all.
What makes this $100,000 watch? What is this really like? Am I missing something that this is $100,000? I keep looking at this. What's the reason? Why is this $100,000?
I think they're just
Genuinely,
trying to.
I have no idea.
Make their ultra thin self-winding movements like a premium feature regardless of what it is. It's a small gold case, but the premium attached to the diamond one seems to make no sense. And then the
why is it ultra thin? It's 8.43 millimeters thick. That's not ultra thin. It's not even thin, let alone ultra.
A wafer thin Vacheron Constantin. So $2,000 extra. $2,000 extra for the diamonds tells me they're sourcing the diamonds in the same place that Casio do.
Or
for
it's
their diamond encrusted watch.
It's actually less if you want the explicitly female one with the mother of pearl dial. Like if you go on Vacheron's website and look for this watch with the mother of pearl dial and diamonds, you're actually going to be paying less than getting it without the mother of pearl dial. I think it's also $100,000.
What a monumental ripoff this is for $100,000. Look at that movement. I invite you to bring that up. Like there's in the gallery in our article, there's a picture of the movement.
Okay, hold on. We'll go back to the picture of the movement.
All I see is dark gray, barely any chamfered anything, no internal angles, nothing. It's just blah.
Yeah, there's the movement. Yeah, it is odd.
Look at that.
I don't think I like this.
It's a nice watch, but it seems like twice as much as it should be priced. It does seem that way.
I was really surprised when they responded with the pricing info, and that was what it was. I thought these were going to be tangibly less expensive than the diamond mother of pearl ladies models, which were like $100,000. I thought these were going to be substantially less. Yeah, it's a gold case, but no diamonds, no mother of pearl. The fact that they cost the same is baffling, and it seems like a pretty ambitious ask. But
you pay $100,000 for the privilege of wearing a Frederic Constant, essentially. Nothing on this looks like, oh, look at you. You paid 4x of, a gold case Frederic Constant Perpetual is $25,000. And this is
scroll down a bit more to the really feminine ones.
These
and
are fun.
If this is like a lavishly decorated, beautiful, high-performing movement that was actually thin,
Oh, there you go.
I'd be like, okay, sure. But it's none of those things.
I didn't even know, I'll be honest, I've not been on Vacheron's website for a wee while. I genuinely did not know some of these watches existed. I'm not even sure that they do exist. I think
they live
some
in
of
a
them,
box somewhere waiting for.
Has anyone seen any of, where are they? These ones? The Traditionnelle Perpetual Calendar retrograde date open face?
Yeah, I saw those.
Okay.
Yeah, we have hands-ons for those.
Right. That's the date. The windows look absolutely minuscule for the Thursday and the July. The scale looks all wrong. It looks as if they've zoomed out in the middle of the watch.
Nothing matters anymore.
Yeah. So there you go. 36.5 mil, ultra thin Perpetual calendar in pink and gold. Yours for £84,000. Shall we register our interest?
Please. Is there a chat bot?
I'm looking to see. I'm hoping a chat bot pops up. Is there no? There's no chat bot. We haven't a good chat. No, there's nothing. Anyway, there we go. We'll stop sharing that. That's quite enough from Vacheron.
We can't be bothered. Yeah.
Quite enough. So that was the Vacheron Constantin.
What a disappointment.
Yeah, it feels a bit of a letdown. I have to say. Right, we didn't discuss, following up from last week, any Formula One chat. So, Richard Mille won.
Yep.
Richard Mille, are we happy about that? There's quite a few folk in my family not very happy that Lando Norris won. That's a different story. Some Max Verstappen fans in this household. Not me, I hasten to add. But Richard, did the cream flow to the top? Is Richard Mille the deserved winner for watch releases? Have Richard Mille released anything?
No, they don't care.
No,
they don't have a PR department anymore.
Oh,
they just make sure that it says Richard Mille here on the racing suit, and there's a watch somewhere around that they can put on. That's
their
all.
PR department's probably in shambles. I'm sure they had a Lewis Hamilton's limited edition all lined up, and then he went on to get knocked out of Q1 2 weekends in a row. I'm like, well, this isn't the time. He still hasn't won a race or podiumed with them, so. I'm sure they're backburnering that for the time being. But big congratulations to IWC for edging out Tag for the second spot in the.
Is that right?
Yeah,
I hadn't actually done so. So the sequence of finishing is Richard Mille, then IWC, and then Tag Heuer in terms of the group
and then
finishing.
Gerard Perregaux.
Predictions for next season. I bear in mind the change in the drivetrain. Can Grand Seiko not sponsor it? Can Grand Seiko sponsor Williams? It would seem appropriate that the spring drive should now get involved in Formula One. You'd think there should be some sort of tie in there to say, well, look at all our power produced from sort of batteries. That now's the time for Grand Seiko to make a move.
They get glimpses of attention every once in a while. That's Williams and Grand Seiko Spring Drive.
I want to see Invicta make the jump from F2 to Formula One, and then alongside Richard Mille's on the podium, you might have the opportunity of seeing whatever monstrosity that they have released and selling for buy one, get four free.
Is next year when Cadillac get involved? Is that next season? And so what's the watch sponsor most likely to be for a brand? Cadillac, obviously not familiar with it in the UK. It's not a big brand over here or in Europe at all. What watch brand gives off the fundamental essence of Cadillac for you stateside boys?
Hamilton or Bulova.
Hamilton? No. Ripley looks like he smelt something bad.
Like Breitling, maybe? I don't know.
Breitling Cadillac. I have no experience with Cadillac at all.
None?
So, no, I don't think so. So, I'm not sure. Is there some... What's brand the Cadillac own a European car brand?
That's a tough one. We'll think of something.
There we go. Right, okay. So, Cadillac for next year. Maybe it's Bremen. Everything. Is it Hublot?
It's a Volga. That's what it is.
All right, okay. Cool,
the big
right.
black Russian. There was the Chaika and the Volga. When the Russians tried to copy these enormous land yachts of America. So all the high profile statespeople and all the rest of them were driven in black Volgas and Chaikas and all the rest of it. Look them up.
Yeah, I know the ones you mean. Cool. Right, let's have a look at Mike's flyback article for this week. 2 pocket watches, 1 Flieger, and a dress watch for dummies. So, first up, Raymond Weil Toccata Heritage Second. This is quite fun. I don't think I can't imagine there's going to be too many of them sold, but it's fun that it exists. This is basically where your cuff should come to in terms of the watch face. So Ariel, we could go back to you digging out that blue shirt from earlier on, and this would be the watch for you. What is Toccata? What is Toccata Heritage? Is that a
That's the line. That's the collection that's got this
that's
kind
the
of
collection. Right, okay. So
airplane window shape.
Right. So it's not a collaboration. It's not a Times a squared collaboration. Raymond Weil, somebody called Toccata Heritage and Second. Toccata Heritage is in fact the Raymond Weil. Are these kind of watch face shapes ever going to make a comeback? Or is it just a few brands keep having a go at it?
They're trying.
They're trying.
They'll sell enough.
They'll sell enough to make it worthwhile. $2,000.
It's not going to be. It's not the new Nautilus. Okay, it's not like oh my god, I've never seen this shape before. But like, it's nice. They'll play around with different dials. It is a flattering shape on the wrist. And again, this is like their entry level mechanical watch. It's thin. It's manually wound, mechanical movement. So it's sort of like it serves its purpose.
Okay.
This is like the joke version of it, which is not my joke, not like something I find that funny. I get it, but it's okay.
Okay, so there we go, Raymond Weil. Can I ask, whatever happened to their aBlogtoWatch, Raymond Weil?
It's still floating around in the clouds, dancing on them.
Excellent. We're just waiting to choose the cup. Well, maybe that's it. We've selected. It was all about selecting them. We weren't prepared to have one that was mocha mousse. We needed to wait until the new color was decided.
When he wants to do a watch, he literally is like, "Oh, look, change the dial." They're like, "We can do that." Ariel Adams, on the other hand, "Oh, we have to make all do everything, even a case and hands."
Okay, so that'll come alive eventually.
When it does come alive, we'll be able to talk about it and say it took however many years. It's the story of Switzerland. Look how many years it took us to do something that should be quite simple.
33 years.
Well, I mean, we've been doing this show for 4 years. Maybe it could be launched to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the show, just because, let's just pick something random. Or maybe actually the 7th and a half anniversary of the show.
Maybe the 3rd anniversary of the 115th episode. That seems to be on brand for what
I like that. That's good.
That's a good one.
I like that. Okay, so the VIS, VIIS, how do we pronounce this?
You're not supposed to say it. You're supposed to live it.
Just live it. Leone and Josip Kozuo, a brand founded by then. This looks quite generic. Flieger. Thoughts, feelings, emotions on this?
I want the word generic to replace the word heritage in all instances moving forward.
I think it should replace the word automatic. It should just be generic.
What's the price?
The price is $694 USD, so that's not actually too bad, to be fair.
Oh, and it's got the Miyota 9075.
Yeah, it's nice looking. It's nice looking.
It's fairly affordable for movement, for watches with that movement in it.
Yeah, no, it's nice looking. 42 hours, 100 meter water resistance. If you like that kind of thing, then, fire away. Pretty decent. Okay, just when you thought that you couldn't persuade people to part with their money for the most stupid of reasons, Studio Underdog and Christopher Ward decide to see, can they tempt their fanboys and girls to buy a pocket watch, the hipsters to buy a pocket watch. Do you think they sat in a meeting and went, you know what, I bet you we can get our mob to buy a pocket watch?
I think that's exactly how it went.
Yeah, you might be right. I've only ever met one person that I know reasonably well who's ever suited a pocket watch. They bought themselves a pocket watch and it actually worked for them as a style thing. And it wasn't because they were posh. It was because they were as hard as nails Northern Irishmen who it just worked, him owning a pocket watch. It doesn't work for anybody else, and don't think that it does. So don't be tempted into thinking, "Oh, I could do a pocket watch." You can't. It's just there's a reason why we moved on to.
That's why it comes with the
watches.
spirit of Frank Gehry stand.
So you can make it into a travel clock because that worked previously.
Travel? That does that stand look like it's meant to travel?
So what do we think is going on here? $4,000.
It uses Christopher Ward's first in-house movement, so maybe they could only fit it in a 44mm pocket watch.
I mean, is it just that they had a lot of these sitting around? Have they made?
It's a very expensive pocket watch.
Have they seriously gone? I mean, you go and pick up some really nice looking pocket watches with gold and stuff for a couple £100 off of eBay. Tell the time just as accurately as this. You can probably find one with a Tourbillon on it for this price. Formerly the SH21, which was the in-house movement they entered in GPHG a number of moons ago. I can't remember if it won or not. But 44mm pocket watch. This feels like they had a lot of these SH21s from those skeletonized watches that they produced. That thought, what on earth are we going to do with these? I can't imagine they've gone out and produced new SH21 movements for
they can
a limited run of pocket watches. They could do.
I saw this. It's nice. I wouldn't know what to do with it, but it's nice.
Oh, I'm sure it's nice. Is it 4,100? I mean, you're going to look. I'm sorry, you're going to look like a tube if you turn up with this somewhere. This is don't do it. Look at it, admire it. It's nice. It's pretty colours, but just don't do it. Go spend the money somewhere else.
It's exclusively available to Alliance members, Alliance of British watch and clock makers. So, of what was probably a fairly small assortment of buyers, we have narrowed that further to the Alliance members.
Yeah, I think what will happen here probably is at the show that they have, whenever that is, this will be available to buy at that. Well, actually, let's just check and see. Is it on the Christopher Ward website? I don't think I can't see it. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to take pride of place in the Christopher Ward. Is it on the Studio Underdog website? No, I don't see that. Link's not working. Right, so there we go.
Wonk, wonk.
Wait, that is that go on.
It says regulated to chronometer spec but without the certification.
The dial is sorry, where's it say?
So it performs like one, but they don't put it through COSC.
Why? Because they're afraid of adding more to the price? Come on, at this point, just go for it.
That's weird.
No, COSC won't take them.
Why won't COSC take them?
They'll only take Swiss brands.
It's a Swiss movement that's in this. It's made in Switzerland, isn't it?
Well, if it's in-house, maybe it's made over...
What do you mean it doesn't matter? I'm pretty sure they don't know where the movement is going.
All I know is that's their whole thing, and
is that their stick? The only.
Well,
okay.
Can we certify it by some other chronometer? It doesn't need to be COSC, but any other chronometer standard that we could sign off on it for the 4,000 something. Yeah,
send me one. I'll set it next to my Panerai, and we'll see after so many days. Is it still tell the same time? Scottish COSC.
Put it in the keys and send it to COSC. That might. It.
I'll drive it around hanging from the rear view mirror of a tractor for a couple of days, so it'll be tested in all positions, and if it still tells the same time as my Panerai, which manages the job fine, then we'll give it a tractor rating.
Does your Panerai have a second hand?
What a remarkable service to
thank God for
humanity.
that. Okay,
it has a
precision.
it has a running seconds, which isn't quite the same thing as a seconds hand. There is a wee dial that spins round and round to show you that it's working. It's not terribly easy to read as to if you really wanted an accurate time, but there is a running seconds on it. So yeah,
it's terrible to read is what you're trying to say.
yeah, it's completely illegible. So yeah, let's send this across here and we'll test it. We'll tractor test it. That's fine, right? Louis Erard, worn and wound regulator. If you know Zach Weiss, you know he loves regulators. That feels like the sort of thing that goes in a tombstone. Zach Weiss, 19 whatever to 2025, loved regulators. Is that truly a thing? People love regulators?
I've seen him not wear regulators before, and I've never seen him wear a regulator.
Is this made up marketing?
Again, a regulator that is illegible. How did they end up with these things? It's just like completely missing the point.
How did it end up being
The Louis Erard way?
How did it end up being $5,000? More importantly,
How does anything end up being that amount these days? Everyone just added like $2,000 to their last price.
Yeah. Oh, it's 3. Let's make it 5. Yes.
No,
We just made 2,000 imaginary dollars.
I am genuinely. Did they do something different with the movement, or what's like? What happened to the why? Like the normal regulators don't cost this much.
Exactly. That's what I was wondering. I mean, I can imagine if it was like some really exclusive where there was big bucks had to be paid for the IP of something
They should
in order to
regulate
make
the
it.
price.
But this is Louis Erard doing a deal with a website fundamentally. So there isn't any intellectual property. There's just how much money the website wants to make out of it.
It's just a retailer collab. That's all it is.
It's just retailer collaboration.
The privilege of buying it from somewhere else for more.
Yeah, it's weird. It's also, generally speaking, I like all the Louis Erard collaborations. I'm not sure I like this one. I'm not sure this is quite as pretty as their normal collaborations. It's certainly not $5,000 pretty, and it also. That's the only thing. It doesn't look like it's 39 mil, which makes me think that this on the wrist is going to look odd because for a 39 mil watch, what size is that strap? Is that like a 22 mil?
It looks odd off the wrist.
It looks odd off the wrist, so it will probably look odd on the wrist. So no, we're not buying that. We're not buying that.
I like how not liking it is not enough for you. You have to really not like it.
It's really not like it. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure it means that there will be people who really love it and therefore they'll go and buy it. What you don't want on a watch is for it to inspire everyone to go, meh, meh.
If you are a fan dancer, have we got the watch for you?
That's right. If you like nothing else than sitting down and watching an old-fashioned what's the film, Richard Burton and thingy woman, Cleopatra, Antony and Cleopatra, where there's lots of fans. Elizabeth Taylor. If you like nothing more than a good old-fashioned Egyptian Elizabeth Taylor movie, then this is the watch for you. Also, the numerals. Actually, how many fonts are on this for a regulator that's supposed to have nothing on it? They're using. That's just. I thought I understood how this.
I can't read the numbers.
I'm realizing I can't read this watch. So this is
worth our time.
Is this? Yeah. Okay. Let's just leave it at that. We'll just walk away. If you're interested, you can go and check it out.
We've spent more time on this than they spent designing it. So let's move on.
Then probably they spend on their own website reviewing it. Right. Just when you thought it was safe for one pocket watch, a second one comes along. Parmigiani Lavarelli.
Now this
not
is
for
a
sale.
pocket watch.
This is a pocket watch. It's also not for sale. I'm curious.
What?
Why?
Of course it is.
Their stories may never be fully told. Safe through the
I'll buy your manufacturer if I have to.
Yeah. So, okay. Delivered a birthday watch to the exalted leader Michel Parmigiani on the occasion. We're reporting on someone's birthday present. Really?
Yes, you are, sir.
Are there no editorial guidelines on this website anymore?
I didn't put this together, and I also think it's funny that there's a press release on it.
a press release on a birthday. Is that because he felt like nobody knows it's my birthday? Was it a significant birthday? No,
it was the La Ravenale of birthdays.
Did they do this so that everybody else in the watch world knew that it was his birthday, so they'd all send him something?
They must have forgot last year and felt really,
only
really
sent
bad.
pocket watches. That's all this man likes.
Yes, everyone sent pocket watches. Yeah.
How many minute repeaters do you need is my question. Do you have like pockets full of them? Like, do you play them all at the same time? Like, why do you need so many minute repeaters, sir?
Yeah.
Or do they break it? He's like, I'm not going to fix it. I'll just build a new one.
It's very nice. But yeah, I feel this is somebody apologizing for something. This is somebody apologizing.
He has a 4-minute repeater a year. Have it.
Anyway, so that is everything from this week.
They don't pay him. They're just making watches every once in a while. Force him to show them publicly.
Share this with the public. Right, good stuff. Well, what else do we wish to touch on from this week's world of watches? Anything else? We haven't really done show within a show for a while. We'll bring that back next week, maybe with a rant. But anything off the top of your heads that's really been disturbing you this week in the watch world? You feel you need to get off your chest, other than Patek Philippe now thinking that they're going to... Do we actually think that Patek Philippe will drop their prices in the United States now that tariffs are gone? Or do you think they'll just remain strategically they'll just be as high as they've ever been? Because that's what's being reported. Is that
I'm waiting for the next big announcement of like Terry Stern to appoint, what was the Sun or something like that? That's what I'm waiting for. I mean, that man he hasn't made any indicators he likes his job. It's been questioned, sir, do you like your job? But he hasn't been like, no, I still like it. He's like, well, we have this other person I'm lining up, like still related to me, but like he's not, you know, if you said to him, someone like, hey, you don't like your job, and he did, normally people would correct you on that. But like, no, I do like it. He hasn't denied it. Let's put it that way.
Who do you think? Do you think he is the chief executive that likes his job the least within the watch world?
No, there's some people that like it far less. I mean, he still is rich, okay? At the end of the day, he's got that.
Okay, so in the musical chairs of the watch world, what's the next move? You know, who's going to be the next chief executive that just passes from one brand to another for no particular good reason?
It depends on if they sell Deb and Tune or not.
Oh yeah. Benny Benny from Crossroads being talked about being the new owner of De Bethune from the 1960s. Yeah. Okay, let's just can we unpack this just for a minute. So is he independently wealthy that he can buy a watch brand, or is it just that he knows folks?
I think he has other investors. I doubt he's spending a lot of his own money.
Yeah, he's never struck me as a guy that's got like that. He's a gazillionaire on his own terms to be able to fund a loss-making watch brand, because I assume it does make a loss, or it certainly doesn't make a gazillion profit.
His leather jacket habit is too expensive to have the liquidity for that.
So I did see, I think it was, actually, it might have been Andrew Morgan again. Let me just check. Did Andrew not put together? Yes, he did. This is worth a look. This is the De Bethune from Andrew Morgan. Should Benny Hayamas, Benny from Crossroads, take over.
When we're seeing some pouring bleach in his eyes in the comments section. So, this is a joke, right? I mean, this has to be a joke.
I think it's a serious thing that, as I understand it, has probably now fallen through. But I think it was a serious proposal that he has been looking.
It's a joke because of the Ben Amias thing. Okay, so that's good. Okay.
Yes, the Ben Amias thing's true. That he's thinking of buying into De Bethune somehow, but I believe the deal has now run out of money. I think because somebody
it's sputtered out already.
I believe so. I believe it appeared for a moment and then sputtered out, much like his other creation of, what was it? Some sort of environmentally ethical watch investment. Two things which don't really sound like they go together.
Oh, was that
Ethical
weird
watch-
thing like the human company or something?
Yes, it was like that. It was like, we're going to invest
Humans
ethically.
hugging one another for profit.
Yeah, for profit. So, if he comes along, I think it would be a fun story for him to take over a brand.
Let's bring him on the show.
Bring him on the show. We'll do like a Dragon's Den thing whereby he can come on the show and then other people can come on the show and pitch their watch brands to him. Take this over.
I have one question for him. Just one. More iconic, Spider-Man or the Royal Oak?
Ooh, that's a good question. But in whose world? So
His.
In his world, he can keep one. He can keep Spider-Man.
What's more iconic?
Rescue one from a fire.
Spider-Man or Royal Oak?
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that's a good.
He loves them both, obviously.
So if De Bethune has fallen through as a brand for him to purchase, what other brand should he be looking at? Which brand could do with a touch of the Benny?
Parmigiani.
I was thinking Christopher Ward. But
Parmigiani makes more sense.
Bremont. Can you imagine that?
Oh,
Can you imagine if
at a certain point, if you just keep adding negatives and multiplying, you might end up with a positive.
A negative times negatives positive. So the guy, the Trump guy who, what's the name of the guy that owns Bremont? Who's Mr. MAGA?
Ackerman?
Ackerman. So imagine Ackerman and Benny working together. That would be fun. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Ben Amias could run Breitling? I could see him doing that.
Run Breitling.
I could see collaborations that make no sense, giant cases. Yeah, this is perfect.
Just bring back Thierry Nataf from Zenith. Where's he hiding? Is he still alive? I don't know. Get him back in the room. That would be fine.
He's like, yes, and I'm listening.
What could possibly go wrong? Okay, right. That is our show for this week, I believe, unless anyone has any parting comments they wish to make on our 200th episode.
You don't want to offend anyone else?
No, I offended plenty of people last week because actually we should maybe do some cancellations.
One quick thing for anyone who cares about Formula 2, Invicta won that. So for the watch brand circuit.
They did actually win.
Yeah, for the watch brand circuit, we can all champion Invicta and Richard Mille, which is ironic because one often looks like the other. For Formula 1 and Formula 2, 2025 champions.
I will not rest until Invicta has invaded your precious Formula 1.
I think they've been there before.
They're going to come back to Williams or whatever it is. I want them to have all the best
I'm almost
drivers.
certain they've been.
No, they have a really good
to
Formula 2 team. All they need to do is make that jump and, keep Leonardo Fornaroli.
I know this may be a daft question. How successful a company are Invicta?
They could probably buy Audemars Piguet. Actually, I have no idea.
I'm curious.
Probably buy Parmigiani.
At 95 off.
Buy one, get 4 free. Who owns them? Are they a standalone business, Invicta Inc., or are they owned by somebody?
Nobody owns up to owning it.
Nobody owns Invicta. Okay. Well, we'll finish on this then.
It was privately owned. I believe it still is, though. I don't know.
And they do have a cruise ship for collectors that you can go on if you're really interested in that.
You're not allowed to disembark without purchasing an Invicta.
Is this the man that owns Invicta? There's a man popped up on my screen.
A man?
Does he own Invicta? When I type in who owns Invicta.
That's exactly what I said.
Eyal Lalo.
Yeah, Eyal Lalo.
That sounds like it should be an anagram of a real name. It's a made-up name.
No, it's Israeli.
Right, okay. They own Glycine. Oh, actually, I did know that. There we go. So, but how much money did they make? Did they make a lot of money last year? Invicta. Oh, there's a
again, you have to deduct 95
of
those.
Yeah,
percent.
Okay. There we go. For next week, we'll do the company report on Invicta.
All right, get AI on it.
I'll wear my 65 millimeter yellow urinal cake looking thing.
Do you own an Invicta?
I do.
Excellent. Ariel, do you have an Invicta?
I had one time and a screw came out of the case.
David, do you have an Invicta?
Hell no.
Offended at the very thought.
I
You
don't
should
think
say
I've ever
yes
touched
and then like
one.
pull it out like it's using it to like wedge up a table or a chair or something. You're like, sure I do.
I use
I
mine
don't-
as
I
a
don't touch
coaster. Legitimately, it's big enough to fit most of the standard drinking
Is
glasses.
it flat?
Oh yeah, it's huge. I'll bring it on the show. It's massive. It works as a coaster.
Next week, Invicta Confessions, and on that bombshell, we will see you all next week. Cheery bye.
Bye, everyone.
What he said.
Bye-bye.